and today I'm going to be showing you how I like to tan with my iconic bronze luxury tanning lotion in the shade dark. I'm going to be showing you how to get from this colour to a beautiful olive tan colour, and I'm also going to be showing you some of my favourite tips and tricks on the way. I have the iconic bronze luxury tanning lotion here in the two shades that I have are the medium and the dark. I personally love them both, and you get a lot in each of them. You get 200 ml in both of these little tubes. So today I'm going to use the shade dark because I do like being very dark. This tan has a beautiful olive tone to it, and that's why I love it so much. And as you can see, the bottles come with a pump, so that is very handy. So some bonuses of using this tan is that it's a quick drying tan, and it's also streak free. And if you use their luxury double-sided tanning mitt, you are guaranteed flawless application. So before I even begin to tell you how I put my tan on, I want to give you some knowledge on the things you should be doing before you even touch your body with the tan. What I do is I like to shave my legs the day before, and then once I've shaved my legs, I will also give my body a extreme scrub just to make sure I can get as much off of the tan that maybe I've had on before and any dead skin. So I like to exfoliate my skin, and then once I get out, I'll moisturize my skin. Then I'll go to bed. The next day I will get up and I will get a shower. I will wash off, I'll just wash my body, but I won't use any any bath or shower products, because this can mess with the colour of your tan and everything. It's just not a good idea. So I literally just wash my body with water, I come out, and then I begin my tan, and that's what I'm going to do now. Obviously I don't do my tan with the top on, but you know, I don't want to get any bans from YouTube. We have to kind of keep it YouTube appropriate. So obviously today I am wearing a top, but I mean, normally I wouldn't be. So as you guys can see, I'm very pale, but that's all about to change. What we're going to do is first we have to open our pump. This is so handy because I get so scared that my tan's going to go all over everything. So the fact that we have this lock pump is something that I really like. Then what I'll do is I'll put a couple of squirts onto my mitt. You might have to pump it a few times. That is more than enough. And I just like to squeeze it in. And then I begin by doing circular motions all around my leg. And as you can see, this tan already has kind of a base colour, so you can see you're not getting any streaks, any lines. It's literally the easiest tan ever to put on. And that is it. So I always like to start with the bottom of my legs and kind of work my way up my body. The reason for this is because I feel like if I start at the top of my body and then work my way down, if I'm then going down onto my legs and I've just tanned my stomach, then I always feel as if my rolls are going to roll, and then I'm going to get big white patches that are just going to not look great. So it's always easiest, I think, to start from the bottom and work your way up to avoid any skin creasing. So I've just done this thigh and I'm moving on to this thigh, and because I have been working on this side of my leg, the whole bottom of my shin has dried in, and because this is quick dry and tan, if you work the way I do, this will happen. So this is just a little trick that I like to do to kind of help it blend a little more. And that is whenever I'm doing my thigh and I want it to blend in to my shin, sometimes you can get you can't really see it, to be honest. Sometimes you get a line here where it doesn't look like it's blended in. It happens only with some other tans, but because this tan is literally amazing and blends so well, you can't really see it. But a trick for that is what I like to do is just kind of pat it. I feel like it's kind of the same technique if you are doing makeup. If you put your makeup on with a brush, you kind of blend it all in a bit better whenever you then bring in the beauty blender. So I almost kind of like to use the same technique I use whenever I'm doing my makeup, just to make it look perfect. You can see a bit better now. As I finished kind of the bottom half of my upper leg and I went to move on to my upper half of my upper leg, the muddiness and the weird kind of dark patches happened. But this is then where you go in and you start to pat it, and then they will literally just disappear. So because obviously I didn't want to have to show you guys my chest and everything, and I didn't really want to have to expose myself like that, when I was tanning my chest and when I was tanning my back, I found it pretty difficult to do that without everything just kind of showing, and I wasn't really about that life, so I decided to do that off camera. But I do have a tip for you guys if you are going to tan your own back, or if you don't have anyone there to help you, and that is using your trusty coat hanger. The easiest way to do that is to just bring it over your shoulder and rub down the ways, and you can also pat it. Something that I suggest doing to make it easier is putting a bobble around it, because then you have no chance of it falling off. It's not going to wiggle on you, and this is basically just having like a super long hand. It's actually great. So the second last place that I like to tan is my arms, and the reason for that is the same reason why I like to start at the bottom of my body. If I start with my arms and I immediately move on to something else, then I will be bending my arms and I'll start to get creases in my, my front elbow? I don't know what you call it. I'll start to get creases in like my front elbow. New name, scientific name. So that is why I leave my arms till second last. So I've just squirted about 2 pumps on my mitt, and as I do with my legs, I like to put it all around my arm in circular motions, making sure I'm just spreading it all out. I like to bend my elbow and make sure I get right around my elbow and these little areas that people often forget. And then I just like to pat it. Now that I'm moving on to my hands, I don't add any extra product. I just try and buff what I already have on my wrists down to my hands. And a trick for your hands as well is to remember to bend your fingers to get all these little indents here, because if you don't do them when you straighten your hands and bend them, you're going to have little lines. So I always like to go around my knuckles and these knuckles, and not forgetting your thumb. And then I just blend it all around and make sure you go in between your fingers. Again, not adding any extra product. Making sure you blend it around the side and up this bit of your wrist. And then your hands should be blended. Now we have finished the rest of my body, we're on to our last thing, and that is our face. And for me personally, I know a lot of people don't tan their face, and that's really up to the individual, but for me, I always tan my face. I feel like it just gives me more of a healthy glow when I don't have makeup on. I think I look better when I have a bit of a tan on my face. So I personally like to tan my face, although I know it can get a bit muddy and stuff if you are adding extra product. So what I personally like to do is just keep the product that I have on the mitt, because you will still have a lot of product on the mitt, and I just like to buff it into my face again in them circular motions. So what I like to then do is just pat it in the same way I like to do with most of the places I tan, just to make sure that it's definitely all blended in nicely. So this tan does have a pre-guard color to it. It will get darker, but what I like to do is you can shower this off depending on how dark you want it to get, but what I personally like to do is tan in the late afternoon or else at night, and then I will sleep in this and wash it off in the morning, and it will be a lot darker. But with the pre-guard color, you can see that it's all nice and there's no streaks, so that's why you get this color, and then it will get darker and then you wash it. So I went to bed last night with my tan on, and I woke up this morning and showered it off. This is the color that I have been left with. I really like it. It looks so natural. Literally, this is the best tan I've ever had. If I wanted, I could probably put another coat on to kind of intensify it and make it look a bit darker, but I'm actually really happy with this color, so I'll probably keep it with just the one coat. But again, you are able to layer this tan to make it darker and darker. If you're wanting to know where you can find the Iconic Bronze Tan, you can get it in selected penny stores and selected pharmacies. I'm also assuming you can get it in Primark, because that's kind of the UK version of pennies. Neither of them are available available to you. You can go on their website online at www.iconicbronze.ie, and if you use my discount code Sophia10, you will also get 10% off everything on the website. I'll also link the website down below in the description if you are interested. But for now, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it and my tanning tips were useful for you. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!